a position that's comfortable and just begin to move. Just moving, however, wherever you're tight, sore, whatever feels good. Getting all the kinks out. Good morning, Allison. Good to have you. We're just moving a little bit, however feels good. There is something, there is a kind of yoga practice, I don't even know if it has a name, where you just listen to your body and just move however it asks for. And a lot of it is unwinding what's gotten wound up over the days and nights. It's just kind of an unwinding. So I just invite you to play with that for a minute or two, and we'll just see if anyone else joins us. Just noticing our breath. Not doing anything with it, just noticing it. And just moving. However it feels good. Any kind of movement with our breath is yoga. So that's the good news. There's no wrong way or a certain pose. If I'm not in that pose, it's not yoga. It's very free. Unless we were to say we are practicing Ashtanga yoga or Kundalini yoga, and they're very prescriptive, and you do certain things certain ways for those specific practices. And if we were just to call it yoga, any kind of movement with our breath is yoga. Yay. Okay, well, having wiggled and unwound a little, let's begin by laying on our mats, just laying down in Shavasana, how we began last time. This is part 2 of transformation. And so laying there, getting comfortable, closing your eyes on the mat, just settling in, being aware now of the ground beneath us, of our breath, moving our chest and our belly up and down, thinking about nothing, only letting go and silencing the outer world and coming into touch and connection with our inner world. That's step 1 for transformation. I just wanted to talk a moment about why I chose to do this week-long practice of tools for transformation, because I agree with Deepak Chopra and Jack Canfield and many other people that this world is in a state of complete transformation. Everything as it once was is now different. And I believe it's like the Tylenol poisonings, like 9/11, that it won't ever be the same as it was before, and that we're moving into a new space, and that we get to choose to see it one of 2 ways and to do one of 2 things. So laying on your mat, just keep considering the choice that you would like to make. First choice is to grieve our loss. So welcome, Irene. We're so glad you're here. So we're talking about why we're talking transformation this week, because everything is changing. Everything the whole world. It's in this incredible opportunity to rethink the way we have been doing things in the past. So our two choices are, one, to grieve the losses that we've are experiencing and have experienced in the last 5 months, and to kind of get stuck in that, to go into complaining, which is victim, to hopelessness, to despair, to waiting, to being stuck, to thinking, when is it ever going to come back to how I want it to be? The way it used to be, waiting, and treading water and not making progress. And it's a really place of despair and despondency and victim because it feels so hopeless. The other option we have, and we can choose which option we're going to take and when we will take it. The other option is to grieve our losses, grieve what isn't anymore, and then to take this incredible opportunity to be part of positive change, to bring more light and more love and more goodness, more compassion, more awareness, more being present. I mean, it's the most incredible opportunity to slow down and look at everything that we've been doing and look at it with new eyes and say, is this what I really want? Or do I really want something different and better? Is this who I want to be, or am I striving or desiring to be something different and better? So that is why we've been talking transformation for this past week. So laying in Shavasana, slowing down and tuning out the outer world is step one. Step two, and we've talked about these 3 first steps last time, is to find our breath and to come into the present. And when we come into the present and we let go of the outer world and we tune into our highest self and connect with our higher power, then we are in a creative place of possibility. Step 3, and we just touched on this at the end of last week, is to start envisioning and creating the new way we want to be, and the things that we do have control over, which is my thoughts. What I do with my thoughts, my feelings, my choosing my actions, choosing my choices, my desires, and some control over my environment. Is it clean? Is it messy? How do I take care of it? What kind of influences do I welcome into my life? Media, people, etc. And what do I do with my time? All those things we have control of. What other people do and think and choose, we don't have control over. We only have influence, which is also important and major. And the influence we have is what we do with ourselves. So with all of that in mind, step 4 is a mental rehearsal of who we are becoming, this new choice we're going to make, and really rehearsing, what does that look like? What are the possibilities? So with that in mind, what are the possibilities for our yoga practice today? Begin to take your knees into your chest. We've been laying down. Let's bring our knees into our chest. Let our back release. And I just invite you to keep listening, keep tuning out the outer world. You can straighten and bend your knees and really tune in with your inner highest self. And what is your soul trying to communicate to you, and longings and desires, and this opportunity to do something differently than before and get a different outcome than before. So we'll begin by rocking and rolling, just back and forth really gently, rolling the spine. Finding our breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Do it a few more times, just gently rolling the spine. That awakens, actually, physiologically, our spinal fluid, which we'd like to get moving up the spine faster than it regularly does, because that helps send the spinal fluid up into the brain. It affects hormones, it affects our glands, and it affects change. And that is what we were after. Only after we have started envisioning what we want. Okay, on our next rock and roll, come forward to all fours. Just kind of roll through or move around until we get to all fours on our mat. So envisioning, who do we want to become? What's different? What would we like to change in our lives? Just inhaling into cow and exhaling into cat. Take your right foot as we inhale and exhale and set it gently over your left foot, supporting ourselves. Feeling supported and grounded into the earth beneath us, that we are supporting ourselves. Mother Earth is supporting us, and Source is also supporting us. Exhaling. Tuck your toes. Really root your hands into the ground, nice and strong shoulders, and we're going to lift our knees up off the ground, engaging our core. Whew, nice, just holding it, building a little heat, building a little strength. Nice, and then gently scroll hips way back and up into down dog. Oh, first one of the day. Take a moment to puddle out your feet. Just kind of moving. Finding that space in our lower back. And just inhaling and exhaling the possibilities. Maybe we don't even know yet what is available for us, and just opening our minds and our hearts to the possibility of something new, more filled with light and more love, bringing more compassion and goodness into our personal lives and those around us. And even as we make teeny tiny choices, we add to the goodness and the light in the whole universe. And that's a big deal. All right, coming back to all fours except our knees are hovering, engaging our core. Nice. And then drop down into child's pose. Just let those arms and shoulders relax. Heels touching our hips, our glutes, melting into the mat. And then on your next inhale, inhale to cow. Really tipping the tailbone and the top of the head up. And then exhale into cat. Inhale, tuck your toes and hover knees, engaging the core, building some strength. And then exhale, scrolling into down dog. 2 breath cycles here. Again, just considering possibilities. Like, what if you could have be any one you wanted to be, your best self? What would that look like? If you could change something in your life, what would that be that would create greater joy and happiness? On your next inhale, inhale, knees hovering, nice tight core, and exhale into child's pose. This time, drop your hands down by your side. Releasing the hips, releasing any tightness with our 6th chakra, 3rd eye, intuition, grounding into the ground. Maybe here you'll have some new insight. Letting go of the stories of the past. Letting go of memories or what should or shouldn't. Just opening up to possibility. With your next inhale, plant your hands, lift your knees, and exhale into down dog. Nice. Walk your big toes together. Let's lift that right leg all the way up to the hips, open to the side, and the heel drops down behind us, lengthening, expanding. And then gently drop it down, big toes together. Inhale the left leg up, just slowly, gently. Keeping space, keeping the spine extended until that leg lifts and the knee bends. Nice, and you can wiggle it around or bend and straighten, just opening the side of our hips and body. Straighten that leg, inhale and exhale all the way down, and then we'll just walk. Let's walk our hands to our feet this time, just for a new perspective. Come into forward fold. Nice, just hang here, neck is loose. Opening the back side of our legs, our heart, expanding, the back side is just opening. And then with our feet rooted and grounded, sweep the hands up all the way up. And exhale to heart center, and take a moment to close your eyes. Just let your breath settle. And then dropping our hands, opening them to the front. As we do that, opens our lungs, dropping our shoulders back and down, opens our heart. There might be a lot of fear or holding onto or anxiety or stress. And this is just an invitation to see if there's a little softening or opening available. And as we do, we're just going to walk gently to the top of our mat. And then on your next inhale, sweep into chair. Nice, settle in, shoulders drop, look down at our toes, feeling the ground beneath us, nice and strong, planting our feet. Inhale to lengthen our spine. Exhale to sweep left arm open into twist. Wringing out the old. Finding our left hip, if you find it rolling back, just pull it forward so it's parallel to the right. And then inhale, both hands up. Exhale, right hand to twist. Again, pull that right hip forward. And then inhale, both hands up and forward fold. Exhale, woo, let it go. Which brings us to 5. So 3 is beginning to create the new. Step 4 is mentally envisioning it. What does it look like, taste like, feel like? To what are the possibilities for me to change or for me to do something differently, and to look forward with possibility and hope and power for good. And step 5 is sweep into chair. Step 5 is the battle of the ego. So when it says, I can't, or I don't want to, or I'll do it tomorrow, or it'll never work, or that same story, blah, 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 I'm too scared, it will never, blah, 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 I shouldn't. It's to subdue the ego, subdue that mental chatter, and go into feeling what it will actually feel like to be in the new. Okay, so mental chatter about our thighs. Sweep the left hand open into a twist. We're just going to sit with it. Breathe into it. Breathe through it. Sit with it. Inhale to chair. Exhale, right hand open. Still breathing. We are still present. We're still here. Still feeling it. What will it feel like to let this go? Inhale to chair and exhale to forward fold. Nice. Stay with your forward fold, straightening the legs, extending and expanding in the spine and the fold. What is available? What is possible? And then with our next inhale, sweep into chair. There it is. A little more heat. This inhale to extend and lengthen. Exhale to sweep the left open. And we're going to keep this twist and move our weight into our left foot and then step back into crescent with our right. Woo! Nice. That transformation is possible. Whew. So staying in this twist, in crescent lunge, inhale up to the center. Beautiful. Exhale, hands down to frame the foot, and then kick into three-legged dog and let it go. Nice. Beautiful. So your choice right here. Do you want a vinyasa? If so, what kind? Are you ready for child's pose? Or just straight to down dog? What are you ready for? What will feel right? And do that. And then we'll join together in down dog right here. Finding our breath. And then inhale to look at your hands and step or hop to your hands. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to deep forward fold. And then inhale to chair. Here we are. Feeling some heat. Feeling it build. Breathing through it, staying present. Staying with it, letting go of that mental chatter and letting go of the outside and coming into our highest self. And then swing open to the right. Nice. Putting our weight in our right foot, hips stay centered. Step back left into crescent lunge. Let's lengthen the spine. Let's breathe. Strong back leg. And squeezing out the old, and then inhale to center. Exhale to frame your foot. And then inhale as we kick this leg back. And exhale into a nice three-legged dog. And then again, your choice here, and it might feel different on this side. What would you like to create in your yoga practice in this moment? Child, down dog, up dog, however you get there, however feels right and good. And meeting in down dog. Beautiful. And then step or hop to your hands. Looking forward, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, deeper forward fold. Grab your arms behind your calves. You might have a little bend in your knee, whatever. It's feeling right. It's feeling good. Is opening the back side of the body, the legs, the glutes, the lower back, the back of the heart. And then sweep up on your inhale into chair. There it is again. Whew. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open to the left. Inhale to lengthen together. Exhale, open to the right. Inhale to lengthen up. And exhale to step back left into crescent lunge. There it is. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale into warrior three. Balancing, lengthening, practicing, enjoying, breathing with steady joy. What is available? What potential is out there for more joy, for more light? And then bring it up to three-legged for one-legged mountain. Whew. Breathing, staying with it. And then sit in the chair. Nice. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, right arm swings open. Inhale together, up. Exhale, left. Stay here, and right leg goes back. Nice. Inhale up. And exhale to warrior three. Lengthening, extending, pointing from the fingers to the out and the toes out. Finding strength and length as we practice. Woo! And then up to one-legged mountain on this side. Steady with our breath, centering, connecting on our deepest level with ourselves, with our source, with the ground, with our purpose and our mission. Big inhale and exhale to chair. Nice job. Arms aching. They're warm, thighs warm. We're breathing through it. We're staying present. We're creating new ways, new strength, new joy. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to forward fold. Oh, I release it. Just let the arms relax. Let's walk over to the right side. Legs are pretty straight, not locked, just straight. Just lengthening the spine, dropping the shoulders away from our ears. Stretching out that left hip, wherever you feel it. And then slowly walking it over to the left side. Again, keeping our hips square. Our legs lengthening, spine lengthening. And then from here, we're just going to take our right foot and put it parallel with the ends of our mat. Step out with our left into a big triangle forward fold. And just take it down. Options to grab our ankles, to grab your big toes with your peace fingers, or even walk your hands between your legs, dropping our head down to the mat, keeping our legs long, our spine long, shoulders away from the ears, and just finding a nice long length and stretch. Breathing in possibility, mentally visioning what it will look like, and then taking it one step further. What can I actually feel? That joy and that light and that possibility as I let go of the old stuff, the new way. I mean, what do I really want with my life anyway? And why not? Why not? All right, we're gonna walk our hands over to our right foot. Keep your left off at an angle, not exactly parallel with the end of that mat. And our right foot is pointing toward the front of our mat. And we're just gonna gently scroll into triangle pose. Pushing length and strength through our legs down into the mat. Pressing our feet away from each other gently. Opening our heart in a big giant twist. Nice, lengthening our spine, opening that left hip, rolling it open. Nice. Breathing, staying with it. We imagine ourselves as a beautiful dancer and how gorgeous this looks, and feel it. And then frame this left foot, kick back into three-legged dog. Oh, and let it go. Nice job. And then this right foot will swing back between our hands. And then we'll walk over to the left side. So the left foot is pointing toward the back end of our mat. The right foot is off at an angle. And we'll slowly roll into triangle pose. As if we're that gorgeous dancer with long limbs, lengthened spine, opening up. Now, how far down this left hand is not important. It could be on our thigh or on our calf. We'll avoid the knee area. What we're going for is opening, twisting open our heart. and a lengthened spine, strong legs. That's what we're going for. And the more flexibility we gain, the more practice, the more deep we may go into the pose, we may not. Doesn't matter. Big inhale to open. Open that right hip, open the heart, and then frame your left foot and then kick it back in the three-legged dog. Lengthening, letting it go. Letting go any mental chatter, any expectations, any shoulds or shouldn'ts, and opening our heart to the possibility of something new, feeling it a new way. And then we'll just drop that and bring our feet down into our last down dog of the day. And since it's our last down dog, let's just practice. Your yogi's choice. What do you want to practice? Getting up to your hands. You could practice feet jumps together as if we're headed toward a handstand, or that one I have to admit is a little frightening to me, or the one-legged one. Just pushing our comfort zone a little bit. Now, and then finding ourselves in forward fold. That was awesome. Grab your elbows, rock side to side. Last forward fold of the day, letting it all go. Opening up a little deeper. Breathing into that new space. Imagining possibility. Listening to, connecting to our deepest, highest self and our source. Tuning into our purpose and our mission. Dropping into squat. Lengthen spine. Squat here. You can support yourself or find prayer hands. Dropping the tailbone, lengthening the crown of the head. Finding breath. And then dropping all the way down into boat, which we haven't done for, I don't know, a week or so. So just finding a little lifting in our heart, dropping shoulders down, finding that space where you balance, and then wherever our feet and legs go for today, lifting up. We're just gonna hold it, do one or the other, both. Wherever you are today, pull belly button in toward the spine and up under the ribs. Breathing. Is there something to be let go of with your next breath here? Big inhale and bottoms of your feet together and roll over, let it go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just feeling whatever's there, feeling it, noticing it. Breathing love and light into those spaces, into the tightness, into the ouch. Staying present with it. And then on your next inhale, one more time, both. Because we're here, let's just do it. Working with our breath, staying present. Imagining what's possible. Feeling the joy of it. Not that we're doing it perfectly, just the joy of practicing. Big inhale, and then exhale, bottoms of your feet together. Maybe you can roll over a little more deeply. Breathing, exhaling, letting it go. Finding the joy of the practice. You can even massage those kidney points. Letting them let go of the old. Kidney points on the bottom of our feet. It's just like right in there. Right where it feels really good. And with that inhale, we'll just bring the knees together and do a gentle twist to one side. Squeezing out any last traces of old stuff, stuck, victim, helpless or hopeless or despair, just letting it ring out. Ring, W-R-I-N-G, ring it out. And then inhale to the center, exhale, the other side, ringing it out. Just the last of it, just leaving with our exhale. And each inhale, inviting potential for new, for more love, for more joy, for more light, more compassion, more goodness. Even one tiny breath of it adds to the universal collection of it and the collective consciousness in a positive way. And we get to choose what we are going to add with each breath to that universal consciousness. Will it be fear or will it be faith? Which will we choose? Hope, potential, goodness, lying in Shavasana, opening our hands to receive the gifts of all those things. So, as we settle in to review 5 tools for transformation, 1 is to be still, to tune out all outside, power down the phone kind of thing. Coming into stillness. Step 2, find our breath, which brings us to the present, not the painful past, not the foreseeable future, just the present. And in the present is joy and possibility and connection with our true highest self, and connection with source, with the universe, with God, with spirit, with the divine, and true connection with others and true support. Whew, all of that for step 2. Once we're there, then we can begin imagining, creating the new story. You can start to see, once we let go of the past and the future and stay in the present, the present is the point of choice. And what we choose in the present creates our future. So as we choose here, that's step 3, choosing in the present to create our future instead of just letting the old patterns run themselves. Step 4 is a step beyond step 3, which is mentally envisioning it. What will I do differently? How will I act differently? What will I say and think and feel differently? What are those things? What will it look like? And step 5 is our lifelong battle with the ego, that is our built-in protection system. I can't, I won't, I'll fail. I don't want to, I'll do tomorrow. All of those things. It's scary. And just saying thank you, setting that aside and actually feeling what it feels like to be in that new space, feeling yourself filling with love and light and with all that good that we are choosing into 100%. And with that, we will meditate on that and feeling it in every cell of our body. As my son Austin said the other day, he learned in one of his pre-med classes, I can't remember if it's 3 or 6 trillion cells in our body. If we feel joy and happiness and love, that's that many trillion cells are vibrating with that. If we choose into the negative, that many of our body cells are vibrating in that negative or feeling the negative, which creates sickness and dis-ease. So many thoughts. I've talked so much today. Shavasana, feeling ourselves fill up with what we are choosing into in this moment. I invite you to stay in Shavasana until you really can feel that, till you can set those ego mental patterns aside and actually begin to feel all that new in your body. And then the invitation to practice that new way this weekend. I will be out of town next week and Sono Yoga next week. I look so forward to being back together the week after that. And I'll send out texts, I'll let you all know. In the meantime, namaste. The divine in me acknowledges, honors, loves the divine in you. See you later.